Good evening, and welcome to Having a Drink with Mink. I'm your host, Jason Mink, and tonight, well, I hope you'll be joining me. Bottoms up, folks. Hope you're ready for the big weekend. Let's get right to the episode. Let's not keep anybody waiting. Today's episode is called A Little Credit is a Dangerous Thing, and I'm going to set out to prove that. Very quickly, I had a little bit of credit at my local comic book shop. That's Ides Entertainment. If you're ever in beautiful downtown Pittsburgh, make sure you stop at Ides Entertainment for all the best in comics, toys, movies, and more. That's Ides Entertainment. Cheers to the fellas down there. I was happy to stop by, and I picked up a few things. Let's see what they are. Right off the bat, well, it's a mystery envelope. What could be inside? Well, as you can see, we don't really have the space for that, so we're going to cut to a different shot, and I'll show you what it's all about. Okay, here we are with the lot that we picked up today, and as you can see, they are well loved. That's certainly the case, but I think that there's something that we can do with the pieces that we have here. Right off the bat, we have a Superman figure, and he's not so bad, actually. His suit is in fairly decent shape as far as it goes. The colors are good, no splits in his boots. As you can see, there's a little bit of staining right there, where apparently his emblem worked its way down his chest. And his cape, well, I don't know, it looks like he flew through the sun. Certainly worse for wear there, but that's alright, because it's held on with a piece of adhesive tape. Thank you, Grandma, for fixing that Superman figure. And next up, we have a couple of Batmen. And as you can see, they're hiding their faces in shame, apparently, at the condition that they're in. This guy, speaking of the boots, looks like someone got to him. I don't know if that was a dog or if that was just his previous owner, but someone was hungry. And then this other guy here, he lost his leg. I guess technically he didn't lose his leg because he still has it, but it came off, you know what I'm saying? And then, who do we have here? We have Robin, and he's not in such bad shape here, other than the fact that he too is missing his leg. So he's a partner in the hobbling duo there. And then here's another Robin, and this guy, not in bad shape at all. Not in bad shape at all. You know, all the capes are pretty tatty, and the costumes a little bit dirty, but a little wrinkled. But we could certainly work with that. And then what do we have next here? We have Spidey, and Spidey's the worst for wear. Oh, pardon me, Spidey. What do we have? You can see he's missing his hand there. He's missing his leg. I mean, there's his leg, but I don't think that's going to do us much good. The head isn't in such bad shape, though. And then we have a Spidey costume, and that's a little beaten up as well. But we have a Hulk here, and he's not in such bad shape, other than missing his leg. But the leg is here, and I even have the original pin. Hopefully this is all in focus. It'd be a drag if it wasn't in focus. But hey, you guys aren't watching this for production values, obviously. You're watching it for my witty and insightful commentary. Featuring Wah Wah Wah! That's right, it's Chachi Arcola. And he's one of the modern Happy Days figures. And why is he in here? Well, he's one of the most important superheroes of all. He's Body Donor Man. And he's probably going to donate his body to a superhero here and get the dynamic duo up and running, or maybe Spidey. We're going to see what we can do with this lot of parts. So right off the bat, I'm going to break these guys down. I'm going to wash the costumes up real nice, take a look at the bodies, make sure there aren't any additional splits or breaks, and we're going to go from there. Alright, so in case any of you are wondering, hey, I have some old Migos. I'd like to clean them up. What's the best way of cleaning them? Well, as far as I know, the best way for nominally dirty outfits is to just put them in a nice warm solution with a little bit of soap and just agitate them. Give them a little bit of shake. Give them a little bit of a stir around. And as you can see, the water has turned a bit gray. So that's taken all that nasty old dirt out of these costumes. They didn't look so bad to begin with, so I'm certainly excited to see them when they're all nice and dried out. As is Chachi, he can't wait. This guy, very enthusiastic. Alright, so yeah, all it is a little bit of dish soap, some nice warm water, and a nice clean container. You know, you wouldn't want to use something that was dirty, anything that was going to leave any sort of residue on your costumes, because gosh knows, you want these things to look nice and brand new. Alright, on to the next step. Let's get to that. Alright, we're going to start with Superman here, and I've already dunked his head a little bit to warm it up, but what you do is you just basically bring a cup of water, not quite to a boil, make it nice and hot, hot enough to soften the plastic. You stir it around in there, make sure it gets nice and soft. Then we should be able to just grab a hold and twist. There we go. Pop that right out. As you can see, there's a plug on the end of that. Hopefully Robin's plug will be in just as good a shape. We're going to pop him off. We're going to put him on Superman's body and give him a brand new lease on life. So now that you see how we do it, I'm going to proceed and we'll move on to the next step. And here's our final product. I'm really happy with the way they came out. I took a pair of scissors and I cleaned them all up. I trimmed the capes up real nice, cut away any additional threads, and I think they look fantastic with the rest of my classic Migo DCs. So yeah, that's it, baby. 2 brand new original Migos. Feel very good about being able to bring these guys back to life. You know, it was kind of an ignoble existence there for them for a good long time, sitting there in that pile of stuff. Trimming these capes up, well, I may have cut a little more than your Migo aficionado would approve of. I'm not quite sure that these won't start to fray again in the near future, but, you know, for now, they're nice and they're clean, and I'm super happy to add them to my collection of original Migo superheroes. So, cheers, huh? So what's next? Well, you know, it's just gotta be comic books. You see them sitting right here. So let's see what they're all about. We're gonna start off with a few coverless cuties. That's right. I had a hard time passing these by. We have Avengers number 51. And in the clutches of the collector. And here we have Hank Pym attempting to recharge himself after losing his powers a few issues ago. And he's saying, "Arrgh! Turn off the Vibrotron fast." Usually people are telling you to turn it up. Next up, what do we have? Oh, it's a Daredevil and the Fallen Hero. And this is number 40. Pretty sure I need to add this to the Daredevil collection. And for now, I don't mind if it's coverless. I'm super excited to just be able to read the book as it was intended to be read. And some beautiful advertisements right there on the back. Get that out of the way. Then what do we have here? Oh, his mission, destroy the Fantastic Four. Oh, now I believe this is What are these? Tales of Suspense? And the Human Torch and the Ever-Loving Thing? Meet the Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And there they are. Pre-TV fame, don't you know? And then we have a couple. Archie, Madhouse. And this one's pretty interesting because this isn't your typical Riverdale gang. Sure does look like Ronnie, though. Not sure. Maybe she's sneaking out. Hanging out with some other kids. Mixing up her game a little bit. Who could blame her? And then we have another fun little Archie's Madhouse here. Featuring some automotive racing gone terribly wrong. And then, no, it's Creatures on the Loose, baby. Gulliver Jones, Warrior of Mars. Actually looks a little more like Mike Jones. And he's a warrior of Michigan. Very cool. And, Thongar. And this is a Steranko cover. Come on, y'all. Some early 70s Steranko magic. That's Thongor. He's warrior of Lost Lemuria. First time in comic book form. And then what do we have here? Oh, now these are nice. I only paid $1.50 a piece for these. This is Fantasy Masterpieces number 6, reprinting some of those Golden Age classics like Captain America versus his greatest menace, the Red Skull. Then we have Cap and the Phantom Hound of Cardiff Manor, and the Fang. Oh yeah, baby. Then also, extra far out fantasy favorites, I found the lair of the Lizard Men. Germ warfare, and I was trapped in the Chamber of Fear. That's right, all that for $0.25. Better save up, kids. And then we have another one, Fantasy Masterpieces number 8. And Magnanimous Marvel proudly presents this feature-length, most requested Melee of the Millennium. The original Submariner battles the original Human Torch, exactly as it appeared in 1940. That's right. So put on your asbestos suit and kick back and enjoy the fun. Tales from the Golden Age of Marvel. $1.50 for that. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Then I rolled the dice. Here's a book that I'm not familiar with at all. But it asked me, are you prepared to experience alien encounters? And for $2, I figured I'd give it a shot. Hey, I've done worse. You know that. Absolutely. Gotta get that down. Then we have Archie. That's right. And here's a fun cover. Archie Love, what is it? Quadrangle. How about that? Only in baseball, folks. Only in Riverdale. And then we have Archie's Pals and Gals number 14. This is a big old Archie. And with a wonderful early cover. I'm not sure who the artist is. This possibly may be, oh, you know who, Harry Lucy. I think so, judging from the body postures, you know, the faces. I get a Harry Lucy vibe, but I'm not going to, go out on a limb here. I mean, look at me. What limb is going to hold this big suety masso Mink? Then we have, out to finish my Panics. And I discovered that I could pick these up in reprint form. And they're pretty much accurate to the way they were originally printed. Outrageous 1950s EC Comics. And then we have, this is fun. Can Superman really leap tall buildings in a single bound? Expose the truth behind Dick Tracy's black suit. Why Smilin' Jack is always smiling. You know, I know a lot of you guys and gals in the group have been asking yourselves the same thing. So for $4, well, I'll be able to get you the answer toot sweet. And then we have a number 10. And another very innovative cover that is very, very slick. And Heinz has a massive pile of these reprints from the 90s, I believe, $4 a piece. I don't think this thing has ever been read. You know, its corners are tight. I could shave with this thing. Not that I'm going to do that anytime soon. And then we have, oh, baby, you know me. You know that I love those crime comics, especially a Charles Biro cover. And this one's a knockout. Here we have some prisoners escaping into the street and into the middle of a kid's ball game. And then we have, now when I pulled this out earlier today, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, that's one heck of a first panel. Really catches your eye, but I wasn't quite sure because I've never seen the cover because it's not here. And Dark Mysteries, well, I don't really know much about that, but I went online and I looked it up, and this is some very cool pre-code horror. So for $10, certainly excited to check this out. I have a feeling this is a contender for comics for breakfast. And then wrapping things up in the comic book department, I love to spoof old comics. You know, I've done a few. You may have read if you're a subscriber to Yeet Presents, and if you're not, why not? Come on, y'all. $5 a month. He Wanted Me in Mylar was one of my spoofs. The Comics King of Centerville. Have a couple more. And I saw this one, Prison to Praise. This is the FBI. You're under arrest. And I thought, you know, this might just have some potential. I gambled a Finsky on it. What can I say? What do we have here? It's Cover Girls Models. That's right. All American Girls issue. Yeah, settle for nothing less, folks. That's right. It's the magazine of pinup photography. So, yeah. Looks like I got my weekend all set, baby. And then we have, also picked up this fantastic Men's Adventure, the men's magazine of exciting fiction and F. I can only imagine what it says under the price tag. And it's still only 25 cents. So, wow. That cover alone, definitely worth throwing in on. And then there were a few books that had just come in, and, well, they had eye appeal, folks. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes they just call out to you. I couldn't resist. I love a Halloween cover, and here is a Rib Tickler number 7 with a truly fun and surreal Halloween cover. Yeah, I dig that. It's got all of the iconographic imagery. You know, we've got the house on the hill, we've got the full moon, skeleton, and little puppy dog coming out of the pipe. Fun stuff, and getting crept up on by a ghost there, and that looks like Goofy's dad. Who knows? And wrapping things up, I've started to get into those jungle comics. And here we have right here, it's Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and the Doom of Devil's Gorge. And that cover, holy smokin' Joe in the morning. Sadly, the artist was not given the opportunity to sign that. But Larry, can we see the artist's signature at the bottom of the screen? Thank you so much, Larry. Larry, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's Jumbo Comics number 132. It's a fiction house book. 52 big pages of jungle action. That's right. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed stopping by the Old Guys Who Like Old Comics headquarters. I certainly enjoyed having you over. Make sure that you stop by again Sunday morning for the new episode of Comics for Breakfast. I'm your host, Jason Mink, and hey, I hope to see you next Friday. Have a great weekend. Bottoms up.